Well, hey, Woodside, Pastor Chris here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. I want to take a moment to update you on one of the big dreams that we've been sharing over the last few months. You may remember that in December, during our Christmas Vision Spotlight, I shared with you the heart that we have to plant 2 new campuses in college towns over the next 5 years, in particular the towns of Ann Arbor and East Lansing. Now, you may be asking, why Ann Arbor and East Lansing? Well, it's because they represent the political and intellectual capitals of our state. This is where worldviews are shaped and where leaders are formed. And we have a phenomenal opportunity to step into the midst of this moment with the gospel of Jesus Christ and to shape leaders for the future. Over the last few months, we've begun to build relational bridges in these communities. We've been praying and listening to the hearts of leaders and students alike. Recently, I was invited to speak to a group of student athletes on the campus of Michigan State University. It was while I was there that I got a chance to meet a young lady named Nika. Nika is a field hockey star, and she was invited from the Netherlands to the U.S., and she came here to fulfill her dreams of one day playing professionally. But she shared the difficulty of what it was like making that transition and what life was like as a college student on the campus. Her striving for acceptance and approval and often feeling like she did not measure up. But it was in that first year where she experienced so much heartache that she was invited by another team member to a Christian event by a Christian ministry. She was a little bit reluctant, but she said yes. And she stepped into the room. She was overwhelmed by the amount of kindness that she received. The next 3 years for her were extremely difficult, filled with anxiety and even depression. She even shared about an eating disorder that came from a poor body image and from experiencing this sense of never measuring up. I want you to hear just a part of Nika's story of the impact that Christ-centered community had on her life.
Being in this hard time, I really tried to seek God. I never thought I needed Him, and by opening up to a lot of Christian people, I was really pointed to God. I found comfort in Him, but also comfort in reading the Bible. Started to pray for myself and for other people. I might not have a relationship yet with Him because I have a lot of doubts, a lot of unbelief still, but I really hope one day in my life I get to give my life to God and fully trust in Him.
Wow, what a powerful reminder Nika's life is of the need of biblical teaching and Christ-centered community in these places where students and families are in desperate need of hope and salvation. I want to invite you to continue to dream big with us in the days to come. And I want to give you a quick snapshot of what are the next steps that lie ahead for this important vision. And I also want you to know how you can be involved. The first next step is prayer and planning. We're going to take time out over these next several months to intentionally pray that God would go before us as we plan and strategize on how to launch campuses in these communities. I invite you to make it your daily prayer that God would open up gospel doors for us to minister in the communities of East Lansing and Ann Arbor. Secondly, I would ask that you would pray and help us to build relationships in these communities. In particular, if you know of leaders or other key influencers in Ann Arbor or East Lansing, please share their names with your campus pastors so that we might continue to build relational bridges strong enough to carry the weight of the gospel. Thirdly, we're praying for a campus pastor, someone who has a heart for college students and the broader university towns that these colleges are in, that they could lead out a vibrant, flourishing community of faith where the gospel is richly proclaimed. Finally is launch. We're believing God that by the fall of 2023 that we'll be able to launch the first of these 2 campuses. Woodside, these are exciting times, and the gospel is more desperately needed now more than ever among these college students. So I'm asking for you to pray and for you to believe with us that the best is yet to come.